Okay, so it's the first 2 months of the year, which is probably the most depressing time of the year. The holidays are over and people have started their New Year's resolutions, and also maybe you're fizzling out of their New Year's resolutions. But even starting way back in fall, many of us struggle to feel motivated during the wintry months. This includes me, and if you clicked on this video, then I assume it is for you as well. The days are darker, we feel more sleepy, we have to wear more clothes to get out the door, and it overall feels like a much bigger hassle, which in turn leaves us less energy to get our workouts in. So with my experience as a psychology master's student, yoga teacher, and fitness coach, I've designed a 3-phase system to help you try and stay motivated during this really difficult time of the year. And these tips don't only apply to winter, they also apply to other times of the year where you may be feeling a little unmotivated. Okay, if you're ready, let's dive in. Okay, first up, I have a pretty simple one for you. Try and stick to the activities you enjoy, or simplify the workout or movements you're doing over this unmotivated period. Try not to add complexity when your habit is feeling difficult. Try not to add extra steps which may stop you from heading to the gym or going for the run. Sometimes we try and add complexity too quickly in an attempt to stay interested, but this can also really stop us from starting in the first place. It adds a bit more friction to get things going. It also may leave you feeling overwhelmed, so try and cut out those things which feel like are taking extra energy, extra brain juice, extra effort when you're just trying to get out the door to do a workout. If you're weightlifting, this could look like a very simple workout program which only has the essentials. You can kind of shift into a maintenance phase of your workout program or lifting program and not try and actively build new muscle, just maintain for the time being. Additionally, if getting to the gym feels too overwhelming, then you can swap your gym workouts for home workouts. You can still build muscle mass at home using tempo, using different types of resistance, using rep ranges that get you closer to failure. Doing a little bit of movement like walking or just those dumbbell weights at home, or bands even, can really do a lot to prevent a large amount of muscle loss during this unmotivated period. And you're still getting the benefits of a workout, you're still moving your body, getting your blood flowing, and so on. It just may look like a slower period with less complexity. Another way this could look is dropping outdoor football, or for the American soccer, for another form of indoor cardio like running or tennis, or you could trade it for an enjoyable outdoor form of cardio like skiing. But again, it should be an activity you can do consistently over the wintry period. It shouldn't be something that only happens once in a while. However, with all that being said, some people do like an increase in complexity, an increase in variety in their workouts, and that may be what they need to get through this difficult period, so it's worth experimenting. Okay, next up, prepare for the workout beforehand. Make this enjoyable too. Try and put some music on while you're packing your bag, prepare clothes the night before, and make sure you're keeping this process simple. So if you're packing your bag for the gym, just bring the essentials. Try not to bring too many heavy coats if it's not needed. Try not to bring clothes and things which may make changing a bit of a hassle if you have to go to a gym and change. You could even prepare an amazing extra special drink beforehand, or protein shake, to make you a little bit more motivated to get out the door, and pair those two special things together. If that extra step doesn't deter you, it's kind of an experimental process, trying these different things and seeing which makes you more likely to go and which doesn't. Stuff that kicks your brain into a gear and lets it know that, okay, it's workout time. Even if we're feeling a little unmotivated, your brain is in that mode to go and do it. You can even incentivize yourself by grabbing a coffee after, or wearing super nice clothes that make you feel good. On that similar note, wearing the appropriate gear is so important. If you're jogging and working out outside, wear the proper shoes, wear a hat, because if you wear the wrong clothes, you may do it once or twice and start to feel like it's a really uncomfortable habit, and you may not want to go out and do it again. You can also do what I do, and if you struggle to get off the couch and change to go do your workout, just start the day wearing half of your workout clothes. I have my yoga pants on for most of the day, because it's just very simple to swap modes and hop on the yoga mat or start lifting weights when you already have half the outfit on. And try not to worry about appearance, just wear the most comfy clothes that will help you get there. If that means doing 100% of your workout in sweatpants, then go for it. Who cares what you look like in the winter? And again, once you're warmed up, it'll be 500 times easier. I often wake up in the winter months and just get on my mat with a blanket over me without any like proper yoga attire on, but it just helps me get on the mat and do my morning stretches. It helps me keep warm enough, because if I was cold and I had to change beforehand, it would be likely that I would just skip the yoga workout and head straight to breakfast. Next up, use indoor equipment. The beauty of indoor equipment is you can kind of pair it with watching something. So if you really don't feel like jogging, or if you really don't feel like getting on the bike machine, then you can maybe incentivize yourself to do it by putting on a video you saved for later on the TV, or even putting like a summary bike route on the TV or on your phone. And don't forget the power of music to help you get motivated. So putting on music before you get on a bike or on the treadmill, or during, and even to help relax you after if you swap the mood of your music. Music is so powerful and can really help us shift our mood, so utilize that power. Create a stellar playlist only designed for your workouts that has all of your favorite super upbeat songs in it. Okay, phase 2, workout structure. Only do these if you think it's possible for you or helpful to you specifically. And again, it's worth experimenting and trying some of these out. So let's get started. So for example, the first tip is, if possible, working out during the daytime. If you can, working out at lunch or during a time slot where there is still daylight can make actually starting the workout much easier. It helps make leaving the house a lot easier. You're not doing it in the dark after work, and during the day you probably have a lot more energy to try and get things done during the winter. And even just that little extra brightness, even if it's not a sunny day, can just kind of lift your mood a little bit. So only do this one if it's possible for you, but it can make working out a lot easier if you have that time during your lunch break or in the morning. Another thing you could do is change your workout entirely. And again, we touched over this briefly in phase 1, but this is kind of a bold choice to make, and only do it if you feel like it's not going to disrupt your habit. So for example, let's say you were going to the gym during lunchtime and you really don't feel like going to the gym anymore during the cold months, then maybe use that lunch hour to go for a super long walk, for example. Walking also has kind of a bonus effect, and that forward motion gets us in the mood to act. That kickstarts your body to motivate you to tackle whatever tasks are in front of you. Because of this, walking can actually be used as a habit tool. You can tell yourself you're going to walk only 5 minutes, for example, and then check in with yourself and see if you still don't feel like going to the gym. If you don't feel like going to the gym, then you can continue walking and you still have moved during that designated movement time slot. If at the end of the 5 minutes you feel like going to the gym, then that's great. The walk has helped initiate you into that state of being, that mental state to help you get your workout done. Additionally, you could reduce intensity. So you could reduce the duration of your run, your training sessions if you're in a certain sport, or you could reduce the intensity of your weightlifting program. Again, you can simplify and work on just the essentials. Again, this won't really help you gain muscle as quick as you would during a super intense phase, but if it's keeping you going to the gym, it's keeping you sticking to your running, for example, then it's way better than missing like 2 workouts a week and only doing 1. This way you're doing lower intensity workouts, but you're still going to the gym or running or whatever sport you're doing 3 times a week or so. Then if you have the resources, investing in a home gym or some free weights can make a large difference. Next, I believe I mentioned this in other videos, but try and keep your exercises regular. Try not to skip more than 3 days in a row. This just helps you keep the ball rolling. Another really good tip is just to keep moving throughout the day, so you're not getting used to like sitting down on the couch or sitting down all day during the cold days. For example, if it's too cold outside, then maybe try and do some extra chores, walk a little bit longer, park a little bit further away from the store. Just keep the movement momentum going. I quite like that, movement momentum. Keeping track of your progress can also help as well. So just ticking off a box that you've done your 3 workouts during a week, or you've moved for a certain amount of time every single day, can really help for you to see that progress and keep going. Again, I've mentioned this in other videos, so I won't dally on it too long, but lean on a friend or a coach or like a gym partner to keep you accountable and sticking to your habits and goals. It just might give you that little bit of extra motivation when you're feeling like yours is low. Okay, phase 3, taking care of your mental and physical health. So it's kind of obvious, but so important to drill into your brain and remind you of every once in a while. But we need both our mental and physical health to help get the most out of our workouts. We need both of those things to support the habit. So physically, this means taking care of things such as your nutrition and sleep. Biologically, it just feels harder to work out in the winter because of the darkness, because of that increased need for just a little bit more sleep. And as much as I love the rain and a little bit of snow, having more rainy and cloudy and yucky days over sunny, bright and warm days makes my mood just overall a lot worse. So keep that in mind, just maybe give yourself a little bit more time to get to sleep, prepare for sleep, and to wake up in the morning. If you feel like your mood is a little lower than normal, then check in with your diet, your habits, your vitamin D levels. By now you probably know the importance of vitamin D, but it is such a mood booster. Now, again, I'm not a doctor, but if you feel like your mood is low, then it may be worth seeing a doctor to see if your vitamin D levels are low or your mood is lower for other reasons. Also, other techniques work which have now been brought back into the limelight, like seeing early sunlight or seeing sunsets, and just getting a lot of sun in your eyes during the winter months can also help to boost your mood and also impact your sleep. Finally, if the weather is sunny and warm, then try and get outside in the winter. Kind of, if you can, push work to the side a little bit. Get that outdoor walk, get that sunlight where possible. Maybe take your work outside too. If you can, maybe host a meeting on a call while going for a walk, or socialize with a friend over lunch and walk to a further destination. Just little habits like that can make a world of difference when it comes to your mood. Next up, we have avoid sickness. And in the landscape of our world nowadays, this feels very obvious, but somewhat controversial. It is easy to get sick this time of year, and if you can avoid it, then why not try a little bit? Being knocked out with a sickness can leave you missing even weeks of your workout, also derailing your habit. So if you can, try not to visit the gym during crowded times. Choose to work out outside. Go for a jog outside if you can. And if you are sick, then stay away from the gym. Stay home and rest. It's much better to rest than it is to push through in most cases. Next, on days that you're not working out or rest days, try and implement active rest. So adding in things such as yoga or taking walks, as we mentioned previously, just to keep you moving. It helps you feel less groggy when you actually have to get up and go do a workout. It's like keeping the machine well oiled in a way. Next up, we have mentioned this slightly, but pay attention to your nutrition. We also tend to eat a little bit more unhealthy during the winter months, especially with the holidays among that time period. If you feel like you've been eating a little unhealthy and your energy levels are low, which again impacts your motivation, then maybe take a look at your diet and see if you're eating generally 80% healthier whole foods. If you have a nutritious diet, then you should have decent energy levels and your motivation should not be super impacted. You should be recovering well enough and so on. The same also applies to sufficient sleep. Just take the time to pay attention to the signals your body is giving you. Does it need a little bit more sleep? Does it feel like maybe you're not eating the healthiest? Often, even not during the wintry months, people pair their workouts with a little bit of caffeine to give them that extra little boost. So maybe having a coffee or a pre-workout drink before your gym lift or your run can help you fight off any sleepy or grogginess that may be holding you back. Next one, and this one honestly is my favorite tip. Just be okay with being uncomfortable and unhappy. Be okay with that little bit less dopamine for the wintry months. It's okay to be bored and less happy than in the summer. I personally am a summer person and just my whole world lights up during the summer. You can go out, you can just do so much. My favorite sport activities happen in the summer. So naturally, I don't get all that like dopamine, I don't get all that enjoyment during the winter months. I can't do those outdoor yoga sessions as frequently, for example. And we don't need to fix this. We just have to accept this. It's just part of the cycle of the seasons. For example, life without a phone, or if you have a sugary drink at a certain time every single day and you stop having that drink, it feels dull. Your body craves that extra little bit of happiness and dopamine, but it's okay to not have that. It's okay to limit yourself and be a little more unhappy and uncomfortable. In a world where we're constantly like cushioning ourselves or trying to be more comfortable, we can accept sometimes that it's okay to not have that comfort and happiness, if that makes sense. That was kind of transformative for me to know. Let me know if that tip has helped you, because that's my favorite. Okay, next up, leading in from that one, we're focusing more on mentality. There's too many factors, nothing can be perfect. Don't put pressure on your workouts, especially during the winter months, to be like the most perfect workouts ever. Life is too complex to even put that pressure on the workout during the months that you're motivated. Try and avoid burnout and be kind to yourself if you do actually miss a workout. It's okay for you to miss a workout occasionally and even frequently during these unmotivated months or times, because that pressure on yourself often adds like a negative tag to your workouts and may stop you from working out in the long run. Rest and respect your body during the winter months. If it really doesn't feel like going, then maybe listen to it. And again, you can always bring in that walk instead of a trip to the gym, for example. Next, find things you enjoy about the season. So for me, that might look like wearing Christmas themed yoga clothes, like a green top and red pants, or the other way around, or picking up a gingerbread latte before I go and do a workout, for example. I know this is ridiculous, but it really helps. Finally, and this is my second favorite tip of the whole thing, keep exercise in the forefront of your mind. Put reminders in your home. Watch and subscribe to workout themed social media channels. Download a reminder app. Keep your exercise equipment nearby, maybe like putting the hiking boots next to the door or the gym bag next to the door. Keep it visible in your space. These subtle little reminders, even just like a post-it or sticker on the wall, can help to jog and refresh the habit in your mind, so you're more likely to do it. It's more salient. This is like the hardest part. Honestly, it's really easy to just let the importance or the thought of exercise kind of slip out of your mind when you're very comfy and on the couch. When you think of a gym goer, for example, it just seems like in their blood to go to the gym. That's because exercise is very salient. They're often thinking about when they're going to do their workout, what they're going to do for their workout, but mainly the importance of exercise is really important to those who keep the habit going. They know how good it makes them feel. They know the benefits just overall, and that is enough to push them there. And it's just like a constant reminder of why it's so important. So I highly recommend putting like a whiteboard somewhere or just leaving equipment that will help jog your memory. It's really easy to push aside taking care of ourselves during the winter months, and this might be what you need to push you in the right direction. Okay, to summarize, the biggest bang for your buck habits would probably be keeping your exercises simple, sticking to a consistent, easy program that is not overwhelming, keeping your exercise clothes packed and by the door, adding motivation, maybe like a coffee, a protein shake, something which you enjoy to pair with your habit, and just keeping exercise in the forefront of your mind and being okay with it being a crappy season. Just keep showing up. Do not put pressure on yourself. Do not judge yourself for the bad workouts or when you might miss a workout. Just try and get there or go for a walk instead. Keep moving. So those are my absolute favorite tips, but you can add in, sprinkle in a bunch of different things like your favorite clothes, for example, to keep you going. Remember, the unmotivated times won't last forever. Try and find new skill or something to keep you interested. Keep reminding yourself of the why, and eventually your drive will come back if it doesn't come back with the new and energetic seasons. And a lot of this may seem kind of too easy, kind of too wishy-washy. Like maybe we should push through and force ourselves to go to the gym or to go running. In my experience, I find this doesn't work for the majority of people. It's not tied to intrinsic enjoyment of the activity. Discipline like that is really hard to build, and it can take months or years to be a consistent yogi or weightlifter or runner. And nobody really discusses how long it takes for you to get into the mentality of being a lifter or whatever you desire. And many of us are so busy that they don't have time to work on the mentality, to work on the nuance, for example, to come to the mental realizations of, oh wow, I really love lifting because it just feels good. Like that can often take a lot of time to get to that point. For me, it actually took 6 months of intermittent lifting to finally get to the point where I really started to be like, wow, this actually feels good. We want to work with our body, work with our biology, work with our mind to keep us going. Remember, what works for someone else may not work for you. For example, if you're signing up for a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym, for one person, they may find a best friend that always keeps them going to the gym. For the next person, it may be trying to be really good at a certain position or move, or something like lapel guard, for example. So for one person, it may be a competitive goal. The other person, it could be the socialization. But if you're not 100% sure and you think maybe being hard on yourself and pushing yourself will actually work, then ask yourself this question. What happens when you actually push yourself? Are you kind to yourself after, or do you find yourself being judgmental? While actually thinking of the negative and being judgmental can actually maybe push you in the general direction of building a habit, I personally found it to not be sustainable. So if you do find yourself judging yourself, and that is leading you to tie a negative feeling to your workouts, then maybe you need to take a step back and work on being a little bit more kind to yourself. So building your mentality alongside your body to allow you to get through those difficult stages. So I hope that was helpful and you learned something which can help you stick to your workouts during your unmotivated times, especially during the wintry months. And if you're really affected like the weather like me, then maybe we should just all move to the equator. If you want help with other things related to psychology, exercise, and healthy habits, then go ahead and check out my channel. There is a video I just recently did on learning to move, which you can find somewhere here. Thank you, have a good day, have a good first 2 months of the year. Let me know if you stick on to those New Year's habits or if you've already broken them. I don't do New Year's habits. Nope.